The abandoned house on the hill. On a quiet suburban street, there stood an old abandoned house that had long been the subject of local lore. Children whispered tales of strange lights flickering in the windows and ghostly figures roaming the halls. Adults spoke of a dark secret that lay hidden within its walls, a secret that had driven its former occupants to flee in terror. Want to hear more bone-chilling tales that will keep you up at night? Subscribe to my channel for a weekly dose of spine-tingling stories and terrifying encounters. You won't regret it. One day, a group of curious teenagers decided to venture into the house, determined to uncover the truth behind the rumors. As they stepped through the creaking front door, a wave of coldness washed over them, and a feeling of dread settled in the pit of their stomachs. They explored the darkened rooms, their hearts pounding in their cheeks. They found dusty furniture covered in cobwebs, faded portraits of forgotten faces, and toys scattered across the floor as if their owners had vanished without a trace. Suddenly, they heard a noise coming from upstairs. A low moan echoed through the hall, sending shivers down their spines. They cautiously made their way up the creaking staircase, their flashlights cutting through the oppressive darkness. As they reached the top of the stairs, they saw a figure standing in the shadows. It was tall and gaunt, with pale skin and sunken eyes. Its eyes glowed with an eerie light, and its lips curled into a sinister smile. The teenagers screamed and ran for their lives, but the figure pursued them relentlessly. They stumbled through the house, their fear propelling them forward. They burst out the front door and slammed it shut, leaving the figure trapped inside. They never returned to the abandoned house, and the mystery of its dark secret remained unsolved. But they would never forget the chilling encounter with the figure in the shadows, a reminder of the horrors that lurk in the unseen corners of our world. The whispering voice in the night. Every night, a young woman named Sarah would hear a whispering voice coming from her closet. It was a faint, raspy voice that seemed to whisper her name, taunting her from the darkness. At first, Sarah dismissed the voice as a product of her imagination, but as the nights went on, it grew louder and more insistent. It would whisper secrets into her ear, telling her things she had never told anyone else. Sarah became terrified of the voice. She would sleep with the lights on and keep her closet door closed, but the voice would still find a way to reach her. She felt like she was losing her sanity, trapped in a waking nightmare. One night, Sarah decided to confront the voice. She stood in front of her closet and spoke into the darkness, demanding to know who was speaking to her. The voice replied, "I am the one who knows your secrets, the one who sees your deepest fears." Sarah was terrified, but she also felt a strange sense of relief. She had finally acknowledged the voice, and now she could face it head-on. She opened the closet door and peered into the darkness. She saw a pair of glowing eyes staring back at her, and a chill ran down her spine. But she didn't run away. Instead, she stepped into the closet and faced the unknown. The doll that came to life. A young girl named Emily received a beautiful porcelain doll for her birthday. The doll had delicate features and long, flowing hair, and Emily instantly fell in love with it. She kept the doll in her room and talked to it as if it were a real person. She would tell the doll her secrets, her fears, and her dreams. One night, Emily woke up to the sound of whispering. She looked over at her doll and saw that its lips were moving, forming the words of her own secret. Emily was terrified. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. The doll kept whispering, its voice growing louder and more insistent. Emily struggled to free herself from the doll's spell, but it was too late. The doll's eyes glowed red and its lips curled into a sinister smile. Emily was never seen again. Story 4. The Haunted Road. There is a stretch of road in the countryside that is said to be haunted. Locals whisper tales of strange lights flickering in the trees and ghostly figures appearing out of thin air. Many have claimed to see the ghost of a young woman who died in a tragic accident years ago. One night, a group of friends decided to drive down the haunted road. They laughed off the stories of ghosts and spirits, but as they drove deeper into the darkness, they began to feel a sense of unease. Suddenly, their car headlights flickered and died. The car plunged into darkness, and the friends were left stranded in the middle of the road.